Sandra Bullock personal life. Relationships. Bullock was once engaged to actor Tate Donovan, whom she met while filming Love Potion No. 9. Their relationship lasted 3 years. She previously dated football player Troy Aikman and actors Matthew McConaughey and Ryan Gosling. Bullock married motorcycle builder and Monster Garage host Jesse James on July 16, 2005. They first met when Bullock arranged for her 10-year-old godson to meet James as a Christmas present. In November 2009, Bullock and James entered into a custody battle with James' second ex-wife, former adult film actress Janine Linda Mulder, with whom James had a child. Bullock and James subsequently won full legal custody of James' 5-year-old daughter. A scandal arose in March 2010 when several women claimed to have had affairs with James during his marriage to Bullock. Bullock cancelled European promotional appearances for The Blind Side citing unforeseen personal reasons. On March 18, 2010, James responded to the rumors of infidelity by issuing a public apology to Bullock. He stated, "The vast majority of the allegations reported are untrue and unfounded. Beyond that, I will not dignify these private matters with any further public comment." James declared, "There is only one person to blame for this whole situation, and that is me." He asked that Bullock and their children one day find it in their hearts to forgive me for their pain and embarrassment. James' publicist subsequently announced on March 30, 2010, that James had checked into a rehabilitation facility to deal with personal issues and save his marriage to Bullock. However, on April 28, 2010, it was reported that Bullock had filed for divorce on April 23 in Austin, Texas. Their divorce was finalized on June 28, 2010, with conflict of personalities cited as the reason. Since 2015, Bullock has been in a relationship with Los Angeles-based photographer Brian Randall. Children. Bullock announced on April 28, 2010, that she had proceeded with plans to adopt a son born in January 2010 in New Orleans, Louisiana. Bullock and James had begun an initial adoption process 4 months earlier. Bullock's son began living with them in January 2010, but they chose to keep the news private until after the Oscars in March 2010. However, given the couple's separation and then divorce, Bullock continued the adoption of her son as a single parent. Bullock announced in December 2015 that she had adopted a second child and appeared on the cover of People magazine with her then 3-year-old new daughter. Accidents. On December 20, 2000, Bullock was involved in a business jet crash. She and the 2 crew escaped uninjured. The pilots were unable to activate the runway lights during a night landing at Jackson Hole Airport due to the use of out-of-date approach plates but continued the landing anyway. The aircraft landed in the airport's graded safety area between the runway and parallel taxiway and hit a snowbank. The accident caused a separation of the nose cone and landing gear, partial separation of the right wing, and a bend in the left wing. While Bullock was in Massachusetts on April 18, 2008, shooting the film The Proposal, she and her then-husband Jesse James were in an SUV that was hit head-on, driver's side offset, at moderate speed by a drunk driver. Vehicle damage was minor and there were no injuries. Legal issues. Beginning in 2002, Bullock was stalked across several states by a man named Thomas James Weldon. Bullock obtained a restraining order against him in 2003, which was renewed in 2006. After the restraining order expired and Weldon was released from a mental institution, he again traveled across several states to find Bullock. She then obtained another restraining order. Bullock won a multi-million-dollar judgment against Benny Dangeshoe, the builder of her Lake Austin, Texas, home in October 2004. The jury ruled that the house was uninhabitable. It has since been torn down and rebuilt. Dangeshoe and his insurer later settled with Bullock for roughly half the awarded verdict. On April 22, 2007, a woman named Marcia Diana Valentine was found lying outside James and Bullock's home in Orange County, California. When James confronted the woman, she ran to her car, got behind the wheel, and tried to run over him. She was said to be an obsessed fan of Bullock. Valentine was charged with 1 felony count each of aggravated assault and stalking. Bullock obtained a restraining order to bar Valentine from contacting or coming near her home, family or work for 3 years. Valentine pleaded not guilty to charges of aggravated assault and stalking. She was subsequently convicted of stalking and sentenced to 3 years probation. Joshua James Corbett broke into Bullock's Los Angeles home in June 2014. Bullock locked herself in a room and dialed 911. Corbett pleaded no contest in 2017 and was sentenced to 5 years probation for stalking Bullock and breaking into her residence. He was then subject to a 10-year protective order that requires him to stay away from Bullock. After Corbett missed a court date the previous month, police officers went to his parents' residence on May 2, 2018, where he lived in a guest house, to arrest him. He refused to leave and threatened to shoot officers. A SWAT team was called and, after a 5-hour standoff, they deployed gas canisters and entered the house where they found Corbett had committed suicide. Corbett's death was the result of multiple incised wounds according to the Los Angeles County coroner.